Hey guys, good morning and welcome back to my channel. Today we're just going to be doing a day in the life, like a cozy one, like a fun one. Today I am doing my attempt to make some quinoa sprouts and bean sprouts for like toppings on things, as well as to grow. So we'll see if we can do that. I don't know if they'll seed out or not. I think the lentils probably will, but the quinoa I'm not sure of. And then I'm probably going to order some broccoli sprouts or bean sprout seeds, so that way I can make like microgreens and put them on top, because they're starting to sell them in stores again. But as a food scientist, my safety concern it like won't get out of my head, so I cannot buy them even though I want them. It's just in my brain, it doesn't work and it freaks me out. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's video. I've already done a lot of work. I do have a call later on today, but other than that, that's all I have for work today besides the vlog. That's so silly. And I made a cold brew. You can see it back there. And you have Bucky. And we're gonna have pancakes for breakfast. And that's it. I'm talking to the camera. Do you want to see it? No. Okay. Well, I'm gonna turn it off right now. Okay. Alright guys, I just got dressed. It's probably like a couple hours later at this point. We are potty training, so things take a little bit longer for me to do because I have to stop what I'm doing and go bring him to the potty. But it's been going really well. Today's like the first day that we actually did like no hybrid potty training, meaning like that he's on just straight big boy pants and nothing else. So we'll see. We've been giving him M&Ms, which he never gets. And so we'll see. M&Ms kind of make him look a little bit fussy, so I might be in for a bad day, but we'll see. We'll adjust as we go. Do you want an M&M for your hard work? Yes. Okay. Here you go. Good job, buddy. In case you're wondering, we only give him like 2 or 3 max at a time, because otherwise he turns into like a grumpy little kid. But I pretty much just went through our toys in the living room and I organized all of those and put some of the stuff away into the playroom, because we do have some play dates this week. Not today, so I had time to go ahead and do all of that. And now I need to cut some bubble wrap for my husband and help him out. And then I have a couple more like specific tasks I need to do before we go get groceries today. Today's Monday, so I'm going to try to do some extra grocery shopping so we didn't go on the weekend like we usually do, because this weekend was crazy busy. So anyways, but I'm putting this over here. What I have been doing is actually making like an evening entertainment center thing over here where I pretty much, Jace, get out of the way. See, like you can come back here and they can see you. You want to come sit over here on Mommy's lap? You can see yourself then. Where I basically have like our evening toys versus our daytime toys. And this is one of the things. It's a Yodo Mini. I think they had a recall recently. But anyways, hey. But we have books. We have, or I'll just show you. I'll turn it around and just show you. So these are our toys. These are like little Montessori toys. We have a memory game, the Yoda player. This usually just kind of sits in front. We usually have something else like an activity back here. Markers and crayons. This is like a little paint thing, like a little drawing thing.
What? I put it in.
Okay. And then some paper for the coloring. We also put some stickers in here sometimes. And then the last thing that we put in there, which usually goes over here in this corner, is some Lincoln logs. We have like a little set of them. But that's pretty much what we put in here. And then on this side is like diaper stuff, but we aren't using that anymore except for our next kid. And then this is like our books that we have. It's like songs and a chapter book that we read every now and then, and some other books that we have just kind of sitting there. But we have little coloring pages in there, and we also have like bubbles and stuff like that. The other thing I changed out was the toys at our dining table. We have that because I can guarantee he's actually gonna spill that whole thing I just made him, but it's just water. Anyways, but we put toys at our dining room table because I feel like he eats better because he's able to play and eat and like use his mind better. And especially whenever they're picky, it's easier to get them to eat foods that they don't usually eat if you have toys at the dinner table. Something that works for my son might not work for you, but works for us. So I'm gonna make the bed. We will keep going with today. I need to cut up some bubble wrap and all that stuff. So here we go. All right, so it's a little bit, actually probably like 2 hours later, and I have done some work. My son is at my mom's right now just because he wanted to go over there to eat lunch probably and play with some trains. He wanted to play with trains, so my mom was like, sure, you can come over. So he's over there. I'm about to pick him up so we can go to the grocery store and get some groceries. And then my husband came home for lunch, which never happens, so I happily ate lunch with him and talked to him and hung out with him. So yeah, and then after that he just left and I did some more work, and then yeah, that's it. So I hope that this vlog isn't too boring. I'm really worried that it is because there's so much going on, and then my afternoon half is a lot going on too. I got phone calls and grocery pickups and things like that, so we're just gonna pray and hope that everything works out fine and the Lord will be with me. He always is, to give me guidance and everything like that. So let's keep going, shall we? Hello guys, we are back in my office, and today has been a doozy of a day. It's been good, but it's been hard because my son doesn't feel that wonderful and he's just kind of cranky and crabby, and we've had like tantrums 99.8% of the time. He is not a cranky or fussy baby, he's not a baby, or toddler at all. He's not. But today he had one of his worst tantrums ever. Like, I've never actually been like upset after a tantrum ever besides then. Like, I've never been like, just, I don't know. So today was a very difficult day, but a good day. He's down for a nap now, which is great because I didn't think he was going to. And I have a meeting in 30-ish minutes, and so that's something that I'm getting ready to go for. And then I might just not get to a lot of the stuff that I wanted to, just because of the fact that today has been a lot, and potty training on top of big emotions has been a lot. And if you guys have ever done that, then you get what I'm saying. Today in this vlog, I wanted to share with you how I work and stay home, but I just never got the chance to actually like vlog it. So what I think I might do is just sit down with you right now and talk to you guys about how I do what I do, and how I spend and get my time in for my corporate job, and making sure that everything's set up for that, as well as my own clients and just everything like that. So I'm gonna kind of get you set up on the camera, and then I'm just gonna chat with you guys about how I make this happen, because that was the whole point of this video, but I probably won't get to vlogging it because my work day is almost done. After this call, it'll be done, and then I have like 2 more messages I need to send to clients, and that's it. So let's just talk. Great. So the way that I kind of like schedule myself for the day for working is I get up at 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning, at least 3 days a week. I try to do that every single day, but sometimes it's just not realistic, especially if I'm extra tired from whatever we did that week or whatever we did that weekend, something like that. So today I got up at 5. Typically, if I wake up at 4:30, I'll put my makeup on, I'll get dressed, I'll do all that kind of stuff, because I come in here and I get straight to work. I do all the things that I need to do while my son is not awake. So for instance, I work for 2 different companies, and I get all the things done that I need to get done in peace and quiet. So I read labels, and I submit them. I will make meal plans for people. I will schedule or write up emails for everyone, for anything really. I'll write all my emails out for work. I'll make sure that I have everything assigned and done, because by the time that I am done working, so I work from 5 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. So for them, in their time zone, that'll be around 8 to 8:30, so, which is like my last hour, hour and a half. So I overlap with them during that time. So I can answer any questions that they have, I can answer any emails, but throughout the day, I get calls, I get phone calls from them, I get emails from them, I get Slack messages from them, I get just a bunch of things from my corporate job. And throughout the day, I will go ahead and answer those. But for my 2-hour, 2.5 hour block that I do in the morning, that is my main work time. That is the time that I will go ahead and do like anything as far as reading labels for my corporate job, making sure that I have all my clients' stuff organized and ready to go, making sure I have all the meal plans organized and ready to go, just making sure I have everything I need to do for my corporate jobs, like the main bulk of that stuff during that time. Then after that, once my son wakes up and I clock out for them at 7:30, I do still, as I said, get messages from Slack, because we use that as a company to talk and have groups and to do all that kind of thing, to make sure that our marketing is good. So I'll be a part of all of those different messages and groups, and I will have to answer them throughout the day. I will have to check my emails periodically throughout the day as well and answer them. And then any phone calls that I receive from my corporate headquarters, or anybody like that, I will answer and I'll have a conversation with them. Now my son is trained to be quiet during phone calls. He just knows. Whenever I started working from home and taking care of him full time, I started having phone conversations with my husband to train my son to know how to be quiet during a phone call. It started out like really small because it never went really well in the very beginning, and then we slowly were able to gradually have more time. Now my son can play quietly for about an hour, hour and a half by himself. So there's that. Now if I have a meeting with a client that's like over video, Zoom, or if I have a video chat at all, I try to schedule it at some point in the afternoon whenever I can schedule him for a nap. So on the days that I don't have any extra meetings, Zoom meetings, anything like that, then I don't let him, I don't care if he takes a nap or not. But on the days that I know that I have a meeting, because typically I only have 1 or 2 in the afternoon, then I will kind of plan him to have a nap around that time. That way it can be quiet, I can focus, I don't have to feel bad about my son playing by himself for that long, because I don't know how long meetings are gonna last with clients or with people, corporate. I don't know how long it's gonna last. So I try to set myself up well for that by making sure that he has a nap. If not, my mom will come over or he'll be watched. I'll schedule it during the time that my mother-in-law is watching him, something like that, to where I can have that devoted time for work. So, I mean, altogether, the hours that I put in for the week are probably around 20 hours a week. If you count like the Slack messaging that I have to answer, the phone calls that I answer periodically, that's probably like once a week. A meeting or 2, which is probably like once or twice a week. Emails that I might have that I answer. There's a lot of email communication that I have to do throughout the day. And so between that and Slack, I mean, I have about 20 hours, 20 plus hours sometimes during the week devoted to work. Sometimes I might have to get up at 4:30 and just get started right away and not do any sort of Bible reading or drinking my cold brew or anything like that. But that's beside the point. It's kind of not always the answer. Or I might have to schedule him for a nap so I can get an extra 2 hours of work in. It just kind of depends on the day, how much work I have, and kind of like what I have planned in that area of life. So right now, I'm getting set up for a meeting that I have. He already is down for a nap. And so that's kind of how I scheduled today. If my mom, she's available today, so if I had her available, then I would, and he wasn't going down for a nap and he was fighting it and blah, 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 then I would probably put her, ask her to come over here just for like the time that it is. But I don't like to take her time either because I don't know how long these meetings are going to be. So I don't want to like ask someone to come over for like an hour and it be like 2.5. You know what I'm saying? So at least if he's taking a nap, I know that he's not needing anything, and that he's good. So today worked out. It wasn't looking like it was going to work out, but it did. That's really good. But that's basically what I do. So how does my morning routine look whenever I am going into work? So basically what I do is I wake up at 4:30, like I said, and I will get dressed. I'll just change my clothes into like work from home, comfy, athleisure looking clothes, or just something kind of cute so I don't feel so meh. And then I will get my makeup on. Then I will go make a cold brew coffee, and then I will read the Bible or read a book, like a Christian book, or do devotional or something like that to get my mind right. And then right at 5 o'clock or even before, as soon as I'm done with that kind of stuff, I then come in here and I start working. I go ahead and open up all my emails, I look at them, I respond to some if they're quick. If they take a longer time, then I'm going to look at them later. I go ahead and get started looking at labels, making sure that those look right, making sure they look okay. Then I send them off to everybody to where I know that the plants and everybody that's looking at these labels have them. From there, then I go ahead and get set up with looking at any client meetings that I may have that were scheduled in the evening or something like that. And then if I know that there's none, then I'm good. If I know that there's some, then I know I need to schedule my son for a nap. But I'll answer back any client emails right away after I'm done with all my labels. Then I go back to my label stuff and I answer all of those emails. I make sure that everyone has everything that they need and I am good to go for both of those. All my clients are done, everything like that. I will answer any Slack messages after that, or any other like random messages that I get or emails that I forgot to answer. Then from there, then I work on my own clients or I work on YouTube sponsorships. Now it's in this order because it has to be prioritized in that order, so that way I can make sure that I have the highest priority done. If my son is talking in the background of a sponsorship clip on my Instagram, it doesn't really matter, because I'm with him, and in typically the stuff that I get in for sponsorships don't care. They don't care if my son is in the background playing, because they know that I'm a mom and that's why they want me to show this product. So I kind of schedule it in that way and have an order of importance because of the fact that I want to make sure that I get my corporate stuff done, because I'm working for a company that is relying on me. So anyways, after I get done with my sponsorships, YouTube, or any of my own personal client stuff, then I will go ahead and that's pretty much all my time that I have allotted. And then my son will wake up, I will get him a snack and a drink, and we will watch TV together, we will read the Bible together, we will do like learning and school kind of stuff. And then after we're done with that, we kind of have like a break to where we aren't actively playing with each other or doing something together. And we go ahead and just, he plays alone or watches a show on his own, or I watch a show on my own. Basically during this time while he's watching a show and being on his own, I break away and I check my emails, I check my Slack messages, I check anything like that that I can to where I'm going to answer stuff. I also check any appointment times that I may have, any special notes that my clients have left me that I need to answer, and then remind any of my clients at that time what they need to do, what they need to complete for the day, messages and reminders on that. Then after that, I will also go to do any of my doula stuff that I need to do, and make sure that I have all of that kind of squared away and done. A lot of that is just posting on social media and making sure that I have my appointments scheduled, things like that, any emails answered, all of that kind of stuff. Then after that, then we play again, and we have lots of one-on-one play pretty much till the end of the day. We do sensory play, we do all of that kind of stuff. And then right around 3 o'clock-ish, I might have a meeting like I do today at 3:30, or he might just be awake if I don't have a meeting, and I will go ahead and break away again and we'll play. He'll play on his own, and I will do more emails, more Slack messages, more of that kind of stuff, because that takes a lot of time. And I have all of my work done in the morning, so that way I can answer these messages throughout the day. Because if I would wait till the middle of the day or the end of the day, or like a normal 9 to 5 kind of thing, then I would never actually get any sort of answered for them, because they would be waiting on me to send it to them. So at least if I wake up in the morning and I do this, I know all the plants have what they need. I know that I've answered all of my corporate emails for the day, and everything like that. So I just feel really good about that. And then at the end of the day, before, like after I get my son to sleep and all that kind of stuff, I'll check my messages and I'll check my emails one more time, so that way I can answer them all for the day. And then in the morning, whenever I wake up, I do the same thing all over again. And that way, whenever they get in to their corporate office, they see what's been done, they know what's been going on, all of that kind of stuff. So it just makes sense. It works for me. It works for our family. There is nothing wrong with daycare. I don't think that there's anything wrong. Once you realize that you can't provide the life that you know that your kids want, or that you want them to have, it's okay to put them in daycare. Like if my son was unable to play with me throughout the day, or I wouldn't be able to take breaks or anything like that, I would do daycare. I have done daycare. I've had my son not be with me throughout the day, and my mom or my mother-in-law watched him. So I mean, I have done that, and I don't think that there's anything wrong, because at the time I was unable to provide a life that I can provide now. So for me, this just works for our family. I think that it's wonderful. I do really like it more than daycare. So if you have the opportunity to have a job like this, to where you can stay home and do really well, which I think is starting to really pick up, because everyone down my street works from home almost, and I think that that's really cool. So anyways, all that I have to say is do your best. This is what works for me. This is what we do, and I think that this is something that I'm hoping to keep for the rest of my time and the rest of my childbearing years, and us bringing home children and growing a family. So that's all that I have to say. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you in my next video. Again, thank you so much for the support. I'm sure that this video is very short, but I hope that it was helpful and filled with the information that you guys need and desire. So, bye.